Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here with founders of Biohackers World Conference, Olia and Mick. Olia has a background as a PhD candidate and a lecturer at the University of Science and Technology. She's also involved in advancing research in the field of quantum energy technology. And Mick Saffron, he is a former Facebook and Google professional with expertise in tech and project management, as well as he's a biohacker blending technology and human biology to unlock potential. And today's conversation is going to be focused around unlocking that potential and learning more from Olia and Mick. What are the latest trends going on in biohacking? Thank you so much, Mick and Olia, for making this happen. I've been really looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you so much. It's nice to thank you for having us here, and thank you uh, for this opportunity to tell more about biohacking, biohackers world, and to share our insights from your community and audience.
Thank you so much. And I would love to first begin with understanding your vision and motivation behind creating Biohacker World Conference. And either of you could go first.
Yeah, we can start. Thank you again for having us here. And so we are from Biohackers World, and how you probably can tell from the title, Biohackers World, we are a global community of biohackers and those who want to live longer and healthier life. So we are merging the new biohacking technologies with everyday living and building the community of those who wants to be part of it. And it's basically everyone, because we all are interested in and right now it's not about just living longer, because why would I need those 500 years if I'm not healthy, if I'm not happy, if I don't know what to do with my life and who I am and where I am? So our approach is holistic biohacking, I would say. As our speakers and experts and partners, they cover different areas of health and wellness and spirituality and science, telling people more about science-based technologies, as well as new techniques in and mindful techniques, kind of more like bigger way to cover biohacking, not just from the perspective of technology, but also from the perspective of us being as a being, and not just as a person like Olia or Mick or Suma or Peter or someone else, right? We are much bigger. So Biohackers World is a community of those who wants to live their best lives, who wants to be something bigger than not just us, right?
Yeah, I would say it's like an energy around the community that we have, around the people who we work with, and who are actual community of biohackers, of people who want to change their life for better, for healthier lifestyle, and the same time, um, trying like, like if you have some action, there probably will be counteraction. So, and if people come together, that's the purpose. Why do they come together? There's something wrong with the system. There's something wrong with the fundamental issues with the healthcare system in the US. So we trying to give people choice. We trying to give them knowledge out, and then they can analyze, critically analyze this knowledge and make their own decision. So that's a freedom of your choice, the freedom of decision making based on different factors and based on different, in many cases, people call it alternative ways of treating some diseases or improve efficiency. On other cases, it's more holistic approach. So, but for sure, it's a way how to find the truth, a way how to analyze information, and all that knowledge, wisdom knowledges that we have from very ancient times. And with today high-tech technology devices and all the quantum energy even, so that we not totally understand, but we feel it. So, and such kind of information could be found on our conference and expo. And we're really proudly building this community and uh, leading to the new era of healthcare, I guess. So hopefully in next 50 years, I would say more and more people will find out about more holistic approach technologies, and how to make their life like preventative health. Because in the US, unfortunately, it's like if the person is dying, they will do everything possible to keep them alive. But like how many people are talking about results if the person is dying and then they keep them alive? But is it good life after they keep you alive? No, it's just like you are alive. It's not like in many cases those um, post-traumatic things after people get back to life, they're not so great. So that's why like it's better to invest in preventative health and to make their lives healthier and not get sick and live longer because you're not sick and because your organs and your body and your mind is healthy enough to keep like it's like a lot of stuff is about brain feedback and brain activity. So if your mood is good, then your body will be in good shape as well, and it will help you to go through many challenges and many difficulties that we have in the life. So, and that's how our team working for last pretty many years already. So, and in general terms, yeah, like we believe in this energy and good spirit in universe. So we really want to people be on the same wave as us, and that's who our community are, people who believe in better future.
That's amazing. And I feel like biotechnology is, biohacking is kind of like cutting edge in terms of making this happen. Some of the new ideas that and innovations that are coming through in that sector, it's really fascinating, and it's encouraging people to be preemptive about their health rather than falling sick and then taking care of your health.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great note, and it's actually an yes and no, because biohacking, it is something very new and cutting edge and innovative, but at the same time, a lot of technologies that we use in biohacking, and we call them biohacking, they are actually very old, like saunas and cold plunges, or like any different technology. They pretty old. That's what our that what people used a long time ago. It just we kind of turned to different direction that time, and right now we are kind of rediscovering those techniques all over again. Cold plunges, right? It's just very cold water basically, but right now it's super, we call it a new technology, but yes, it is a new, but we used it for a long time ago. So it's an interesting tendency in biohacking, rediscovering what we already know.
And in
and
terms of
on cold plunges, I just think like like there's so many places where people using it right now, but actually it came from Vikings. It's from that Scandinavian country. So how do they go like and if you live in mountains, for example, like how do you get some fresh water? Like if you want to go swim, that will be cold plunge. It doesn't matter where you are because
No
it's
hot
the
bath.
water is everywhere. Yeah, there's no hot. Well, actually there are hot springs as well, and that's another technique with mineral water that's absorbed by your skin and by your body. So in Central Europe, there in Hungary and Slovakia, and they're in even Ukraine and Carpathian Mountains. They have like this hot springs. So you just sitting there soaking, and it's so fabulous. I love it. I just big fan of hot springs. Unfortunately, there are not so many places to find it around the US, but mostly in Colorado mountains, and some of them on the Appalachian Mountains, I believe. But yeah. It's even I seen like some spa centers and wellness centers, they creating mineral water from different parts of the world. So there's one in Dallas. So they make a test of Australian water, Chile water, Peru water, some like I don't know, like Norwegian water and so on. And then they copy this kind of mineral things and put it like artificially created it in Dallas. So now you can go, you don't need to go to Australia to soak in Australian water. You just can go to Dallas and soak there. So that's amazing things. And I think like it's really benefiting your body through this soaking and cold plunge and red light therapy. So there's so many things that many cases we use it daily base and we don't even think about it as biohacking. And then once you put it together in the system of systematically doing this and this and that, and plus supplements and plus testing, it's all come as biohacking. That's my understanding of biohacking. So
That's very fascinating. And speaking about cold plunge, do you know if there's a difference in the type of water, like Australian water versus US water? Is it the difference in toxins in the water that
well,
could?
in minerals, yeah, in the level of salt and level of sulfates and level of calcium
Even
and
in the US,
zinc.
there's yeah, even in the US, there is no like the same city where you have the same quality of water. Some of
Yeah.
cities is better, some of them, yeah, it's different.
Even softness of the water. If you go to from one city to another, you just wash your hands with soap, and sometimes soap doesn't go away. So the softness of the water and minerals, different minerals, they add in different minerals. The government probably will need to purify this water as well. So they killing a lot of good bacteria and they killing a lot of good minerals, washing them away because it can stuck in the pipes or something else. So that it will be bad for infrastructure. But if you really want to get water, so for example, there is like we are what 90% water. So our body is 90 plus, I believe, percent of water. So if you drink good water, you can live longer. That's even not you don't need to prove anything here. So if you drink bad water, you will die faster. If you drink very bad water, you bacteria like will kill very fast the human body. That's why we need to filter water. That's why in at our conference, even in our biohack store on our website, we have a subcategory specifically for water purification systems, and a few companies will be actually in our conference in Los Angeles who are specifically making commercial and household purification systems where it's really you can trust those because there are many. I mean, like you can find something in China or somewhere else on Amazon. They're not so expensive, but how good quality they are, we don't know. Like, but these companies are coming to our conference for purpose because they know they can scientifically prove their technology. And that's why we have all these keynote speeches and panel discussions where people giving all this information to the audience. As a result, they explaining how this technology works. Maybe there's competitors who can do pretty much the same, maybe even cheaper price, but here's the company who actually proven and the one of was one of the pioneers of water purification. So yeah.
Thanks for that insight because we tend to spend so much on groceries. We don't realize that water is equally important.
Mhm.
There's a tendency to
The
not.
same as air,
And
air,
also a lot
water.
of yeah, a lot of people also think that water it's the same as oh, I drank my coffee today, like 2 cups of coffees, and or I had I don't know a lot of different type of juice, or so it's not water. You really need water. Your coffee, those cups of coffee, they don't work as pure water. So yeah, it's
That's
important.
why this year I upgraded my bottle to even larger. It's I believe it's 64 ounces. Previously it was 32. So I mean, like you need to drink water, a lot of water, and through this water, many toxins going out. Um, and it's very good for digestion. It's good for gut health. So we need water, and it's good for your skin. I mean, like you see, if people don't drink enough water somewhere um in other continents, in Africa, in some of parts of South America, like their skin is different. And why? Because they don't have a good source of water. And actually, I mean, like people nowadays, they're everyone talking about the gold, black gold, which is oil. But I think like in next 100, 200 years, their pure gold will be water. And such large corporations as Coca-Cola and Nestle and some others, they already started to not to invest, they actually buying those springs, and it's privately owned springs. Can you imagine like fresh water is privately owned? So in some other countries in Europe, you cannot own the water. In the US, you can, and in South America, you own it, and nobody else who live in around the spring can use this water. So that's very unfair what is going on, but that's the world we are living at. So we just keep trying to keep ice in ice form, because it's another source of fresh water. And now, like all the geopolitics going on in Canada, Greenland, why? Because they want these roads. And why? Because they want this fresh water. So water will be actual pure gold in next 200 years. And unfortunately, there are already challenges in, South Africa and Australia. There is no source of water. The life is dying. So the water and clean air is our main components for the healthy life. It's a fundamental things, kind of like background of it.
Yeah, I agree. It's so expensive even now to buy good quality water. It's insane. And so, from your perspective, is tap water like a no-no then?
I don't know. Well, I do. I live currently. I'm in Austin, Texas. So the water here is pretty decent quality. I lived in other cities in Chicago, New York, Miami, and San Francisco. So different level, and a few of my fellow biohackers, they actually test in the waters that they use, and they're also like there's machines on their grocery plazas, like shopping plazas, where you can get some in the cans, like in the bottles, large bottles, you can get some water. I don't feel that it's a very good purification water. So there are actually many spots in the city, in some of the cities more less or more, but you can find those businesses who actually purifying and filtering water through a few different stages, and it's a tap water which been purified and filtered right here on site with a huge machines. So you cannot filter your water with a machine which is like kind of like a vending machine for Coke, which is staying on the plaza, and it will cost a lot to have such a filter system. So that's why either you are buying like filtered water from this local small businesses, or there's actually a life water. It's kind of a community platform. They're one of our um, companies on our Biohack store where you can order delivered spring water. So they find local sources of spring water. They make a deal with them. So they put it in the special glass uh, containers. And glass and plastic are different, like with all the plastic toxins, it's still oil. It's still some form of oil and toxicity there. Glass is more pure, as well as if you will add different energetic symbols on the water, so quantum energy will come to this. So it's another way how you can make it even better. And there's some independent research showing like water without and with quantum energy, and how long does it stay? Because eventually the water will, if there is no concentrates, then it eventually will go bad. And with quantum energy, it stays longer. But Olia can tell you more about quantum energy for sure.
Yes, Olia, you have background in quantum energy research.
Yeah, just to add to the previous point that yeah, it's interesting, and in our world, unfortunately, right now we need a lot of new biohacking technologies, because water, food, air, environment around, so all the EMF that we have, all the toxins, all the stressors. You know, sometimes I have conversation with people at different conferences, and we talk about, I mean, but why do I need those new devices? Why do I need this red light? Why do I need this quantum energy device? Why do I need a brain optimizer? Why do I need? But because if I can be just myself, and from within, our body has have those abilities to heal ourselves. And it's absolutely true. And I'm a bigger supporter of actually start from within. But also at the same time, we have the same body as we had hundreds of years ago, but we don't have the same environment. We don't live at the same world. Like 100 years ago, we didn't have those phones. We didn't have all the TV stations. We didn't have, because like especially with EMF, for example, you don't really see that. So it's hard for us to believe, because I don't see that, right? With quantum energy is the same. I can see that. And it's actually a lot of people don't even feel quantum energy, because quantum energy, it's a baseline energy. That's quantum energy. You can call it different names. You can call it source. You can call it quantum field, you can call it even God, right? There's something, everything begin from that quantum energy. So this is a baseline. So a lot of people just don't see, don't feel, and you do not need to plug it into like outlet. You don't use electricity, and you don't see EMF around, right? And so it's kind of hard for human mind to comprehend and to understand that there are a lot of different stressors and toxins around. That's why you do need that good quality water. That's why your food is important. That's why I'm a big fan of farmers markets. And if I go to just a local grocery store, I'm trying to, yes, it's not 100% ideal, but I'm trying to find organic food, because at least it's something that kind of help you to be like more in a healthier path, right? And your food and your environment and your clothes, a lot of different toxins, because a lot of clothes, they're from I mean, the production of this clothes is not the greatest, right? And you need to wash it before you wear it. So a lot of different things, and that's why biohacking is so important right now, because yes, it's a lot of those devices, it's an extra to your life, because red light therapy, you have to use it. You have to wear your mask. You have to wear your belt. You have to stand next to this panel to be able to benefit from this. It's your time, it's your energy, it's your money, of course. But we have to do that, because we don't have the opportunity to get those benefits just from being, you know? I mean, we probably can manifest it as well, but you need more time. And if you work 2 jobs, 9 to 5, you don't really have this privilege, you know? So that's why all the biohacking devices, they actually very important for you, because you can work on your laptop and wear this belt and you will benefit from it. And all the biohacking devices, they every year, every time, they optimize themselves as well. So you do not need to spend 1 hour in that red light panel. Right now, you just need at least 5-minute session, and it will be even better. It will be like all the process is optimized. And back to quantum energy. So yeah, like as we mentioned, quantum energy is like a baseline energy. So this is a very interesting thing about quantum energy. It will optimize a lot of different processes, like water, food, everything around. You can charge
Everything around.
quantum
Yeah.
energy. It's not something artificial. You do not need to add quantum energy to something, because quantum energy, it's everything that exists is quantum energy. So there are some companies, a company and products, they created the way to concentrate pure quantum energy. So you can because quantum energy is everywhere. It's just so we can benefit from that quantum energy because it needs to be concentrated enough for you to actually benefit from it. You can't find it in the one place, oh, it's pure quantum energy, because of those stressors, toxins, and a lot of different stuff that's going on in our all around us. So the company, they found the way to concentrate pure quantum energy into their objects, and you can actually benefit from it. And their studies show improvements in food sensitivity and ATP production, water quality, as we mentioned, and a lot of it like on the brain waves as well. So there are a lot of potential benefits you can experience with that technology. And nice thing about conferences, you can actually come and you can meet and see all those products on site, but not just products, because I can go to Erewhon, to Whole Foods, and there are so many different supplements. Which one should I choose, right? And at the conferences, you actually can meet and can talk to founders, to visionaries behind this technology, our vendors, so founders attend our conferences, and they give a speech on the stage. They talk about the vision, the science behind the technology itself. And it's so interesting really to talk to a person who invented that, who created this technology, not just even us trying to explain what founders of those companies meant and why they did it. And actually, it's interesting point why they do that, because to the biohacking, there is a path to biohacking. And usually this path is something happened in my life. Not like I went to biohacking because everything is so great and I decided I need more. Usually it's, something happened. Somebody was sick, or it's like terrible, some hard time in my life, and I needed to do something to be able to live better. So I invented something to help myself, usually to help family, to help my wife, to help my children, to help someone. And then this something worked, and right now they just want to share it. So they upgraded the technology, and right now they're showing this technology to the masses, right? And telling like, see, that work, and I have this story in my life. And not just science is perfect. I'm with academia background. I would tell you that it's very important right now. But at the same time, it's also this path to biohacking is through unfortunately right now, through pain, and something that happened, but they know that it works. And that's why conference is also great, because when you hear the story from the from the person who actually experienced that, and I love to see on the stage when the speaker finished his their lecture, and then you have all those people coming, following the speaker and expert to the booth, asking all those questions, because you can actually see there is such a big demand in this knowledge and in these technologies. And you see those people who are very interested in knowing more, and you see those eyes, and you see an expert who is sharing this, so this passion. So it's not like, dry science or dry knowledge, or quality of water, like quantum energy from the science. So you actually see this growing, just being as an alive being, just like this community is the one being just as a community.
That's why I want to tell one more time, we are very, very, very thankful to our title sponsors, Lila Quantum Tech and the Root Brands, who are supporting supported our events in 2024, and they continue with their support as a title sponsor for Los Angeles and Miami events this year, and I'm sure we will continue further. So they're doing very good results at our conferences, and that's actually one of the thing about their event management and why people participate in these conferences as a companies, as a B2B companies and B2C companies, because they want return of investment and they want to show their product to the audience. And we have the right audience who come to our events of people who really care about their health care, about their lifestyle, and they want to improve it with more holistic approach, holistic way. And yeah, so that's very important to understand those technologies, to work with them, and we really proud to work with Lila Quantum Tech and the Root Brands as their quantum energy, Lila Quantum Tech, right? And Root Brands, very pure form of supplement, so
Natural
it's the
detox.
cleanest and natural detoxification. Yeah.
Does sound very fascinating to actually able to experience that with the people and speak directly to the experts rather than just reading about it. And it becomes very theoretical otherwise if you don't actually go and meet out some of these people.
Yeah, and you can talk to them. It's so cool that we have this community of people who already tried and they come back and they're ready to recommend. And that's the best way of marketing when someone or even you don't know, but they're part of this community telling their results. So
Yeah.
like I started to use this, and once in a while you see like people wearing Lila's products, and they're like, okay, I know this product. Why do they wear it? Like, let's talk. And then networking happens. That's why we have VIP lounge on site for those who are VIP, so they hang out together with speakers and experts and our sponsors. So, and that's very intimate atmosphere. And for last couple of years, we've been doing this event, and we telling this intimate experience. That's where you can actually feel this large biohacking family first, and to meet all these founders, all these think tanks, all these people who are creating all these devices, products, technologies. Nobody believing in them, but this is the place where they're like in warm atmosphere, so we can exchange their ideas between each other, and nobody's laughing, like at us. Sometimes that happens with traditional medicine. Like we hosted events in different cities, and there have been different audiences who come to our event and look at our speakers and like, what are you talking about? No, this is the place where you will feel comfortable to share your ideas and to explain it, and like critical thinking, and like to see maybe we don't understand it, but it works. Here's the result. That's everything what is needed. So,
And our
thank you.
online, our online time, online world, even this conversation is online, right? But it is so nice to actually meet people in person. And I'm looking forward to see you at the conference as well in March, because that's completely different interaction. You can be good friends online, but when you meet actually your friend somewhere in real life, that's completely different. That's completely different level of energy interaction among us. So conferences is a great way to be and to feel, like I like the way Mick phrase it, to feel the community, because that's a huge community. There are a lot of different conferences, and we also we support all of them, because we're here for the same purpose, not to just having our community just for us. That's the purpose. We want to live longer, healthier, and better, and we support all of them. And this is a huge, big community right now that is actually growing. But just actually getting together on site at one place at the same day, and just like, oh, so what are you doing here? Oh, I heard about this. Oh, I know that. Okay, let's check it. Like this, let's check this company. So it's it's completely different level of interaction, and it's so great and nice just to experience and just to see those results of people meeting on site. And also another thing about our conference, that conferences and company, our approach is also to merge the science with personal experience, because about biohacking and wellness, also there is a big demand to have science behind, especially, for example, in supplementation area. There are so many supplements. If you just ill, if you go to Whole Foods, if you go to just check on Amazon, you type, I don't know, omega-3 or something similar, and you have like ton of different companies, and you have no idea which one to choose, because for example, I don't have any information which one is good, which one is better, and some of them $100, some of them $20. Which one should I choose? Which one will work? So that's why a lot of, like, most of our, I would say probably all of them, of our exhibitors, they have a big and huge science behind their technologies. And we really value this when you don't just have this company and you're just, oh, I tried this and then, I mean, it worked for me, right? But okay, but how will we know that it actually works for other people? So we value science behind each product, each technology, and each company. And we are saying about something like innovative and new, right? Because, for example, science behind, I don't know, something like the quality of water is matter, right? We don't really need a science on this, because we have this huge history of it. We know that water is important, but something really new, like devices that were invented, it's so important to know that they use safe like products, ingredients, technologies. It should be safe, it should be tested, and it should show the great results for, like, good results for you. It should actually work. So with our conferences, a lot of companies and supplements and devices and technologies you will see at the conference, they baked by science, and at the same time they have that personal experience, personal touch, personal passion, personal purpose to exist. So it's not just company to do business, to like, I created the supplements, they will work, buy it. It's good. I mean, it's fine. That's we can have those too. But our exhibitors and partners, they passionate about biohacking. So that's why it's so interesting to talk to him, to actually learn from him. That's why you see them on stage, and you're really interested to listen to this speech, because it's not just marketing speech. They don't want to. I mean, they want for sure sell their products and share them with you, but it's also about them explaining and sharing something personal. And it's for like a lot of companies, that technology that they have, it feels even personal to them, because that's something they're passionate about. And this is what
And
we out at Biohackers World, to merge in this both science, but it's not just because of science. It's not just marketing. It's not just business, it's also about this energy and purpose behind the company.
so we have more and more companies who are uh, making, first of all, their sourcing is from the US. And so it's made in the US. And also their production is in the US than overseas. So in this way, it supports the US economy as well. And it's important for our audience to understand that the exhibitors who are there on site, um, they are working with the US components, and that quality will be US based. So that's another part of larger geopolitical moves. Even though we are biohackers world and we have people who comes from Ghana, from Brazil, from Mexico, from European countries, from Spain, from Netherlands, from Norwegian, like Scandinavian countries, Oh, Simlan's come to from Estonia this time in Los Angeles. He will be one of our speakers, and he has his own conference, and he's a well-known author in Europe about biohacking. So people come from all over the world to our conference. We are proud of it, and we also support different other conferences, as Ola mentioned. Uh, so there will be a few people from European conferences, founders of European conference, who will come shortly, and who will announce their names on our website soon as well. So well, you can follow us at on Instagram at biohackers.world. So it's all here, and there's a lot of announcement of great companies, great individuals, speakers, experts in biohacking, and as well as many influencers. We are working very, we love our influencers and working with them a lot, and helping them to make some money as well, benefiting from our conference on ticket sales. So if influencers would like to join us on site, we are open. We want to collaborate with them in different ways, because they are our community, they are our family of biohacking and biohackers, and their audience is complementing our community, because those people are following them for some reason, and we want these people to follow us, so and follow them. So that's why we collaborate a lot with influencers, and other media partners as well. So Biohackers Magazine, Biohack Yourself. There are media partners, as well as there are people who are interested in biohacking from mass media, such as Forbes, from New York Post, and other media channels, Yahoo Finance, and even Yahoo Finance. I mean, those people are mostly in investment. And what are they looking for at biohacking? Because it's innovations, they want to, investors want to live longer life. They just not just making money, like they want to live longer and spend this money, I guess, or give it to their kids, or like live happier and longer life, right? So that's why it's they're interested in biohacking, because they're innovative pioneering technologies that they willing to invest, and that's another portion of our audience of wealthy and super wealthy individuals. They're coaches, their executive assistants, who are coming to our conference to get all the information about our new technologies, companies, exhibitors, like all kind of influencers who can they collaborate, follow, eventually invest in these companies. So that's why this community is without borders. We like happy to have all people, even skeptical people. Eventually they will become like biohackers as well, even if they like thinking like that something not gonna work, or we will just laugh at it. But then you come to one hotel, West Hollywood, on March 29th, 30th, and that's West Hollywood one hotel, and that's fabulous luxurious place. And Leonardo DiCaprio come to the restaurant there, and why does like, where does money come from? I mean, like, it's so huge, so expensive, because our people value this, our people want to be part of this, and it's so cool that we can make it happen in the one hotel, West Hollywood, or some other great locations. So currently, in Chicago, we will be having it on July 26, 27 in Magnificent Mile, somewhere in good hotels there, as well as in Miami on November 1st, 2nd. Currently, that's the dates, and that will be there on South Beach in Miami or downtown Miami. So again, for those audiences who, like, in many cases, they're wealthy individuals, and that's why they ready to invest in their health. And even though, like, we're trying to keep it very low entry point, so our tickets are only $250 for 2-day conference. I mean, in Los Angeles, if you just go to get some dinner, it will cost you at least $150, right? And there you have $250 for 2 day of the knowledge and conference. all at one place with networking, with all the samples and promo codes you can get from all these exhibitors. So it's a very good value. You probably won't find any other biohacking conference or expo with such low entry point.
It sounds like a great opportunity, and I was really happy to learn that you guys picked West Hollywood. It's so close by, and it's such a center for so many creative activities happening in West Hollywood. So that's a great location. And in general, I feel like LA is a great place for biohacking. People are so open to experiment with these ideas.
Yeah.
Simon, I have a quick question probably for you. And so I know that you will join us on site. And are you excited about like any technology? What do you want to check first? Do you have something in mind that you're really interested in?
I've been really, and I also wanted to ask you both about it, about PEMF therapy, EMF therapy. Is that something that's gaining a lot of traction lately? What has been your, that's something that has been very fascinating to me. Just in the last few months, I've been trying it and I'm noticing it's a huge game changer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a great technology. It's something that also like a quantum energy, it's a different technologies. I'm not saying that's the same technology, but the way it works, you know, like with quantum energy and with PMF therapy as well, it kind of knows where to go and what to work with. For example, when I'm laying on those mats with like PMF technology, it works always at different parts of body, you know, you feel it differently every time, and it actually great for different type of I mean, it works great even if you want to restore and recharge from intense exercises. It will work great. Or if you want to actually just to help even relax your body and relax your muscles, or the opposite, it can give you more energy. So it's a really great tool. It's a magnet energy, so the energy from like magnetic field.
Oils.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
from the coils.
it's
Let's
also.
let's say that PMF, for those who might not familiar with it, it stays with pulse electromagnetic field technology. So I tried it first time like maybe 5 years ago, and I was like shocked that something like this exists, and I haven't knew about it before. I mean, like you feel the body, you feel like how electromagnetic pulse in like this impulse is going through your body, and you you barely can control your body, but it's so good feeling. And after that, you are full of energy. So, in simple words, how experts as Dr. Pavluk or a few other people told me about it. So your cells open and their negative energy and negative goes out and positive goes in, and it's balancing your cell. So after their this amount of time you spend on this like mats, you feel energized and or you feel calm because yourself become in balance. So that's a very cool technology. And in last 3 years, I would say I happen to see more and more usage of this technology. And not only like previously, there was some maybe one or two companies who've been pretty popular during the COVID time. Unfortunately, they had some battles with FDA because of claiming that it can heal COVID or something like this. So they had some issues with that, and they made like some adjustments, I guess, on their promotional campaigns. But in general terms, they've been like this technology, and also like there's small coils, there are larger coil, and there's huge coil. That huge coil, you just put it there and you put like some magnet inside of this coil and it starts to go around. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, like sometimes you don't feel their energy, like this magnetic field energy going through your body because we cannot feel it, but our organs start to work differently. after their sessions and different modes. As Olia mentioned, there's relaxing or that and that, or stimulating muscles or relaxing muscles, or even better for your sleep. So there are a lot of cool devices, technologies that really like in one place you can experience it all. So that's why conference and expo is again very cool place to be to try all of them. And we will have a lot of samples for those who are VIPs. So you still can get a VIP ticket. It's $599, and those who purchase that ticket, they will get an expo bag. It's a goodie bag with value of $500+ currently. So more and more people, more and more exhibitors, and more companies from biohacking donating some products so we can place them to this expo bag. So we are open to it. It's a lot of value in these bags, and supplements and promo materials, as well as promo codes, so you can get it on better prices. So some supplements or some products that you're already using, but here's a promo code. So it's always great to have additional discount, you know. So yeah, but
And
we have a very limited amount of VIP tickets. I guess only 50 left. So if you still have a chance, I mean, like it's 1 month before the event, but it's a good time to get your tickets.
yeah, I think it's definitely an event worth attending, especially if you live in LA. It's for sure, it's totally worth attending. One question I had for both of you, based on all these trends that you have observed in biohacking world, if you had to design the most efficient protocol for the day, including like the clothes you wear, what would be your most optimized protocol?
Oh, I think it will be the whole conversation. um, from my side, I would think, you know, I can say one trend that I think will be very popular in the next couple of years, maybe not just couple of years, but it will be very important for the biohacking community and for the community itself. I think that biohacking right now turning into the improving your health using those internal techniques. So right now it will be less about artificial something that we can live without. Like for me, it's not even about like devices. I know that a lot of people they love to track data, to track like rings and watches and everything, to track data, to have data. I think that it will be more from inner work and from within. So for me, the future trends, and very important trends, will be in merging consciousness and work with consciousness, quantum field, those techniques that will enhance all the technologies that we already have. So this like inner work will help to benefit more from red light. It will help to benefit more from PMF. It will help to benefit more from any other technique and product that you have. So just awareness, just finding who you are, where you are, what you stand for, and using those like quantum field to just, you know, support uh, all the processes and support all the techniques, technologies that you already have. So I'm a big fan of red light, for example, and I'm a big fan of PMF, and I go to all those clinics and I do vitamin shots and I do IVs as well. You know, like I would say I am a biohacker in the just very mainstream sense of it. But I also think that as long as you have no idea who you are, all those techniques, they will just support your living. They will help you to be. But just from here, you know, from point of who you are, and just to kind of have baseline of just yourself and knowing I will say it again, who you are. All those techniques and all those products, they will work much better. So I think this is where the future of biohacking, not just having products, not just having technologies, but actually being aware of yourself and of all of what you really need, because our body will tell us, I need red light right now, or I need this supplement right now, or I don't need this supplement right now, or I need more sleep, or I don't need sleep today, for example, because I just feel this way. So I think this will be the best and the biggest trend in not just in biohacking, but in just for a lot of people itself. But I think it can be a little controversial because we all think differently, but this is just how I see.
I resonate with that a lot because on this channel, I explore a lot of topics on consciousness. And sometimes in consciousness world, there's not so much interest in these physical activity related knowledge. And the biohacking world, sometimes there is less openness to consciousness related realm. So hopefully they are coming
It will.
together from a different direction and meeting at some point, because I think together it's a very powerful combination.
Yeah,
I agree with Ola and you regarding state of mind, that it's very important. And it's definitely the basis of it, the background of everything. Because what do you think? How you think? Is the cup, is the glass 50% full or is it 50% empty? This kind of approaches. But at the same time, like in many cases, people asking me, "What is your favorite biohack?" And I am fan of sleep sleep tracking. So I have everything. I have like eight sleep temperature matrix, like this pad which control my during the time at night, like when you sleep, your body temperature going up and down, and snoring, like everyone snore, even though if they saying that they're not snoring, they're snoring, you just don't hear it. But their bed can adjust the height and that and temperature, so it can decrease snoring. For example, I'm like closing my ears with plugs. I put in like manta sleep mask, so no light. I even started to put like a tape on my lips, so my mouth will be closed, so I will breathe with my nose, and in this way I will snore less. So all different techniques about sleep. That's my big. I'm big fan of it, and of course tracking my vitals with like a smart rings. Like or Ring or Superhuman or some other. There are so many of them, like to track your sleep right now, and even my eight sleep bed tracking my vitals as well. So that's what I'm fan of. Like to track all kind of vitals, and testing. Testing is very important. That's a first thing you do. So I right here, like I have Ginfinity test, one of our exhibitors. I have we all need tests here. So I have bunch of tests, and doing all this GAT ID test recently did as well. So DNA company and DNA test, SNP test, nitrogenomic. So they all will be there on site as well. So you can have this opportunity to purchase all these devices and tests with a discounted price, because during the expo they usually have better price even than Black Friday or any online specials. So that's again cool place to be, to have opportunity to see, talk to the founders, talk to the people who is in charge of these technologies. And so the community, I would say it's another big chunk of the biohacking, because you can actually talk to those people who created all these companies, entrepreneurs. And I'm a big fan of entrepreneurship as well. So I have part of couple nonprofits who support entrepreneurship and different community building, community development for diasporas. So that's another way of how to live this life, because your life has to be full of different experiences, full of travel. If you invest in something, invest in your education, invest in your health, invest in your experiences. Experiences equal travel. So travel as much as possible and live a full and wholesome life.
Thank you so much for sharing these insights. I personally got a lot out of this conversation, and I'm definitely interested in learning more about quantum energy that Olia mentioned in this conversation. And would there be more information about it in the conference?
Yes, our title sponsor is Lila Quantum Tech. They work with pure quantum energy. They will have products. The founder will have a keynote on the first day on Saturdays, so there will be much more information about it.
And I can talk to you both all day long because I had so many questions, but I didn't even realize we spent 1 hour already. That's why.
1 hour.
Yeah. But I'm for sure very much looking forward to the conference. Thank you so much for making this, putting all this energy in bringing the community together, because this is something I feel like especially a city like LA will definitely appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Suma. And yeah, one more time, we will be very happy to see you and have you there at the Biohackers World Conference and Expo in Los Angeles, One Hotel West Hollywood on March 29th, 30th, from 9 until 7 p.m. A lot of fun. And Suma, you have your promo code, right?
Correct.
For there. What
And
is
for
the
the
promo code?
I will be getting one
You
from.
put it in the description, so
I'll be putting
find
in
it there.
But the link is biohacker.world.
Yeah,
Where
biohackers.world. Yeah, and you will find all the information there. You can get your ticket directly there, or in Luma. And also, I want to invite everyone to, if you are interested, we have a podcast. So we record in all our speakers at our biohackers.world podcast. So on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on many other platforms. So there, every week we release an interview with our speakers about quantum energy and about all the rest of the great technologies that we have at our conference. So come join us.
And oh yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. Is there anything you wanted to share before we wrap up the conversation?
Let's meet at the conference and let's have a lot of fun there.
Thank you so much. And thanks to the audience. I'm going to share the link and all promo code related details in the description of the video. And I really hope to see some of you at the conference.